Story we've been covering since it happened. A young man killed in Carroll County found alongside the road. Good evening, I'm William Ingalls.
And I'm Kate Kopatich. Jackson Kradle's death has left his family and the community asking a lot of questions. Tonight, we have some answers. TV6's Kyle Bales attended a coroner's inquest on the man's death, and here's what we found out.
Day one of the coroner's inquest into Jackson Kradle's death has reached a conclusion, and we've learned a lot today. It started off with having Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble. Those were the employees that reported finding Jackson's body on the early morning hours of July 28th, and we've learned that state police inspected the truck that Matt Herbstreit was driving, and they found biological material underneath the truck, and the DNA matched Jackson Kradle. But what he told authorities initially was that he swerved around the body and didn't hit it. But then in the second half of the day, we heard interviews of state police investigators speaking to Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble, where Matt Herbstreit ultimately conceded that yes, he may have actually hit the body of Jackson Kradle, and that is correlated with the coroner's report at the beginning of the day, stating that the injuries that were fatal for Kradle all happened at once, and that it occurred after one vehicle struck him. But the blood alcohol level of Kradle was 0.192, and the pathologist says that's high enough that Kradle would have been susceptible to blackouts and may have actually not been upright when he was hit that morning. Lots of information. There were more witness testimony about the actions of Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble from 5 p.m. the night prior. Everything they did through the night up into the morning, they reported the body, and then their subsequent interviews were testimony from witnesses said that Matt Herbstreit and Amy Hubble were drinking alcohol throughout the night, but that runs counter to the Mount Carroll police officer's report. He was on the stand as well, who said he did not smell alcohol and did not see that they were impaired. And in the report, he actually did write that they acted normal and professional that morning. But this is just the end of day one. I sat down with the parents of Jackson Kradle to get their reaction to this long but very informative day.
I'm grateful that he did it, because now there's so many facts that are out there, so it's easier to, now we know, easier to know that what was rumors before and what's facts now.
I mean, sooner or later, I guess we'll get the truth out of everything that's coming out, and so will everyone else.
Well, now that day one is in the books, we now look ahead to Thursday for the second and final day of this inquest, where we are expected to see more evidence and hear more witness testimony about the death of Jackson Kradle nearly 6 months ago. In Mount Carroll, Kyle Bales, KWQC, TV6.